Okay. Okay, to get data from database by using JPA, we have three approaches. What are three? We can write native SQLs. Okay, our direct SQL queries we can write. Second one is you can use JPQL. Third one is DSL. Okay, DSL language or keywords. What is native SQL? Native SQL already told yesterday. It's a simple example. So here in the repository layer, we have just write one query. On top of query, sorry, here write one abstract method. On top of that, just put a query annotation. In the query annotation, we have to provide one attribute native query equal to true. What is the meaning of native query equal to true? I am giving as a simple SQL query. Okay, consider this as a simple SQL query execute on database. If you don't provide native SQL true, it will come as a JPQL. What is JPQL? So anyway, this is already. We can execute the SQL queries directly on database. Okay, by using this approach. This is very simple. Already you know this. So second one is JPA has provided a simple query language a simple query language. It is irrespective of database. Okay, no matter what database you are writing, but JPA or JPQL is same. Okay, tomorrow if you write MySQL, Oracle, or Postgres, MongoDB, so the JPQL will not change. But if you use native SQL, tomorrow that your database change, there will be a chance of changing the syntax. How to write JPQL? Exactly same, but you have to remove this one. If you don't say it is native query equal true, by default it will consider whatever query you are giving. This is a JPQL. How JPQL look like? In Hibernate already told how to write Hibernate query language. The exactly same as Hibernate SQL. So here we have to provide one query. That query it is similar to the SQL. SQL JPQL mostly similar. So what it is saying here? Select yes sir. Yes means what? Reference. Reference of what type? Student type. Select everything from the student. The student is a class name, but not table name. Table name it may be same or different also. Where we configure that student class name? In the entity class, we define one simple student class. For the student class, append which table? This is a table annotation, student 1. Okay. So if you write this query internally, JPQL convert. Okay, JPA convert this is JPQL query into SQL query. How it will convert? Select star from student 1 table. Okay, this JPQL will convert this query into normal SQL query. Okay, tomorrow even you change database, that conversion, that changes will take care by the Hibernate query language or JPQL. How it will be based on some dialect we are providing in the configuration. So dialect will take care of all those things. Okay, this is about JPQL. We want to go more on JPQL. Just I given simple examples here. Okay, to get only particular columns, first name, last name. This first name, last name is a column names, but not. Sorry, this first name, last name is a variable names in our class, but not column names. Maybe column names may be different. How it will convert based on our entity class. To get only distinct rows, distinct last names. To do the group by. To the group by based on a last name. To select
Why
a
alias? Sorry, change. Alias A. Select A dot first name,
and
A dot last name from student.
A dot
300 line.
okay.
Why
Okay,
you
alias
have
name.
given?
Okay. Forgot
Why?
to change. Yes, dot. Okay, yes, dot first name, yes, dot last name. Okay, student. These are simple SQL, JPQL queries, but not SQL. Okay, this is not much complex. By seeing some documentation, you can find out. So yesterday we tried to do something. Okay, we tried to do something in the repository interface. What is that? To get only data by using DSL language. What is DSL language? By using keywords. Only first find by name, okay, find by ID, like that. We want to provide some custom implementation. We have to use some find by keywords. How to use that? This approach we have to follow. This is simple documentation, official documentation from the Spring. We can see this. This will see one example. So what this tells? Find distinct by last name. Okay, I want to get all data, but distinct by last name and first name. So corresponding what is JPQL? Select distance columns where last name equal to first one, first name equal to second one. So if I write this query, JPQL, this is DSL. So in the DSL, without using any queries, we have to get data from database. The support is given by the Spring Boot JPA. So what we do here, we just mention provide one abstract method without query annotation. Okay, that method has the method should be parsable. The method should be parsable by JPA. Okay, example, find by distinct last name and first name. What the meaning? Select, find by means select star. Okay, distinct star. Okay, here not star, distinct from maybe student table name by. After that, by means where? What the meaning? Where first name equal to something, first question mark, last name and last name equal to question mark. This internally will convert. We'll do some more examples. We'll take this one. Find by last name and first name. It is similar to same. Just understood. Find by means, sorry, find means selector. Okay. After that, find, between the find and by there is no columns. So I directly take a star. By means where, what is that? Where. Before where we should write a table name. What is table name? Student or student one, whatever. Then by means where. Last name equal to something and first name equal to something. Okay. Like this, it will convert automatically. This is not much simple. This is the same here and here are. Okay. Then here find by first name comma, find by last name is, find by last name equals to. All are similar. What the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this? Should be same, I think. Find by first name, find by last name is equals. We can use equals to or is or nothing. It will take automatically equal. Okay. Find by started between. We want to get some basic databases on the based on the data. The data is based on the date type. Okay, that is important. So find means select. So star from student. Okay. Where by means what? Where date column between we have to provide the arguments. Or the first one, we can use first one, second one by using the dynamic parameters. Or else we can use between some date and another date. I want to get data between these two dates, these two date ranges. So I'm using the directly position parameters. So just see this here, and anything you are not understanding, we'll go through that. Find by start date between. Okay, find by age less than. Find by age less than equals to. Greater than equals to. Find by start date after. More than. Okay. Before. Find by age is null. To provide is null condition, not much difference. First name like operator. What is like operator? If you use this simple find means select star from student table where first name like we have to provide the expression how it is set. This how like means we'll see some data in our table. This is our table. First name like Raja. Raja you can take now simple like start with R. Okay, ends with anything. That's it. Any word in the first name column, any word start with R, it will select. See here in the first name, any word select with R, second and third. Okay, like that we can use the condition. Find by first name like. Instead of writing queries, we just write one simple word. That word internally taken care of the execute in the query. Okay, that word internally convert into query. That query will be executed in database. This is DSL language, domain specific. Okay, just go through all these things. Not much complex, I think. Okay, this is the last one. Find by age. Find by age. Where age, okay, something. Order by last name. Descending. This is the query, it will generate. Check here is first one, order by last name. Okay, simple. Okay, we'll see one example, any one example. Okay, find by last name, first name is fine. Simple thing. You just paste this. Okay, it will return something, I'll decide later. Find by last name and first name. I had to provide the what is the last name and what is the first name. String L name, comma, string F name. It automatically take that input. So return type is what? We'll take any one. And last name is okay, we'll take maybe student. Take student. We'll take list of students or normal students. Okay. It may you'll see it work or not. Okay. I will call this method from the controller or repository like this. Where is the controller? Just copy paste this one. So here get all EMPs specific not find by find based FN ln. Okay, FL ln and ln. So here first name I'll take from the query param, last name I'll take from the request param. Okay, so that I can cover both. It is a string type first name and last name. It is string type first name and last name. See request param, path variable is path variable fn, request param ln. Okay, ln fn. Now I'll call the corresponding method in the service layer. Service layer not present. I'll create it. Find all students based fn ln. So first one is string fn string ln. Okay, it is giving error. No error, no error. Okay. The problem by giving error. Something they're missing. Okay, ID, what is ID? Okay, then we'll call that method by repository dot find last name, first name, order, destination order. This one, no? Find the first name, okay. Call this method. Just forward the first name, last name, and return the response. Student. Okay, this is simple endpoint. Here I'm taking get first name, get basically first name ln. This is the endpoint I'm taking. First parameter I'm taking as a path variable first name. Second parameter I'm taking as a request param ln. Okay. Then this is calling service layer. Service layer nothing. From service I'm calling the repository. In repository, I'm giving the simple word. Here there is no query annotation. There is no native SQL. There is no normal SQL. So if I execute this method, this should generate a corresponding SQL query like this. Okay. We'll try this from the Postman. We'll start the application. Okay, no property last name, first name, student. Last name. Okay, this spelling mistake, I think. Check this. The repository. Last name, capital N. First name, capital N. Okay, fine. Errors. Okay, errors. Still error. What is the reason? This one, okay. Okay, let's comment this one. What is the reason? The previous one not working. Yesterday's one. Let's comment this for now. Application started. Go to Postman, give the request. It's a get request. So okay, URL like this. So you can copy this. Okay, so here delete std, right? In the place of this, what is our URL name? Our controller name. Okay. First pass one last name value exactly match, not like operator. Last name is Rama. First name is question parameter. Request parameter, right? For that. First name fn equal to. So let's run this. We give an exception. 400. Acquire constant parameter ln. First parameter ln. Okay. This is ln, not ln. Okay. We got empty data. We'll check for the reason. Okay, select a student ID, student name is okay. From student, where last name equal to something, first name equal to something, it is fired. So whatever I told, it is selected same. Just copy this and paste in the notepad. I can observe now. So exactly how I told, same way it is selected. The query is generated. What is the query? Select ID name salary. So ID name is first name, last name up to here. Then instead of selecting each column, I can write star also. From student, is a difference. Remove that. Where last name equal to something, first name equal to something. Same query it is generated. But why we got error? Let's see that why there is no data. There should be some data. There should be some data. Okay. Student also enter set into response entity. Let's print this what we received. If we change, give a request back again. But in the null, okay, why it give null? Check that what we are passing here, Rama Sudha. But in the database, okay, same right. First name is Sudha. First name is Sudha. This is the first name. I'm sending a path variable. First name is Sudha. Okay. Last name is Rama. Still same. Null only. Okay. Space, why it cannot continue? Okay. I think it is pointing to a different database. Let's see the properties file. I don't know what it is pointing. It is start tech, but this is in Anderson select. In start tech database, there is no Sudha and Rama. We have a Chenchu and Spring. Okay, first name is Chenchu. Okay, first name where it is. First name is okay. Chenchu. Spring. This also not loading.
That method, if you don't mind, could you please check that method? First name you have given in request param. Second has given argument path variable.
First name path variable.
Okay.
Okay, first name path variable. Last name Spring. Okay, still not showing up. Just debug. What is the path variable? Boot DB app. First we'll see get all. First get all will work or not. From where is it getting data? Get all. Okay, get all first string change is there. Okay. It is empty reloading. Why it is loading empty? That is thing. Student is null. What is the reason? Okay, first I have to pass F name here, last name here. Okay, now reload. Got empty, still reloading now. First name, last name. Before you passing to here, just print the data. What is first name, last name you getting? Name. FN. This is input I'm passing. So it should work. Reloaded. First name, last name. Okay, we take object. No, object will not return. Format issue done immediately. Okay, cannot connect object derivatives. That is correct. Have to type as that. Potato to string. We got empty. Okay, empty. We got long object. Object array. Let's print one by one. What did you receive? Why did you say no data? It's saying no data, but there is a data. Let me check the version. It is correct, but try it not loading. Get base. FN okay. Plus program. Still giving empty data only. That means there is no data. My first name. Okay, reverse this. Okay, the data. So only thing is we have to reverse this because our method is raising a query, find the data, select a star from table. Okay, where last name equal to something, first name equal to something. But here previously we reversed this last name, first name, these two arguments. That is a problem. And this is simple example and compare this query with your DSL language. So whatever DSL language you given, according to that, it is generated or not. Okay, already copied. If you want to try with any other examples, we can try this. Find the short dates. We have don't have dates example. We can see this one. Find by first name like. What is find by first name like? This query will return if data is selected from student table. Okay. So find by means select a
So what is the
students.
problem in 29? We have to give.
No, this I forgot.
We have to change the order of parameters.
Order of, because see here, find by select a star from last name equal to and first name equal to. We have to pass first last name, then first name. But I did a mistake. First last name, then first name like that. Clear, right? Okay, if it is clear, we'll go for next one. This is find by first name like. What is like operator in SQL? Like means what? I want to get data based on some regular expression. Regular expression means I want to check in this last name column any word started with yes. Okay, that word means 1 or 2. Okay, in the first name column, any word started with J. Okay, like that I want to compare. Okay, for that we can use the like expression. Like means what? Simple, it look like. Started with ending with like that. Okay, same thing we'll implement here. Find by first name like. What is the corresponding query? Find means select a star from. By means where condition. First name like. First names like how like the maybe the word first name column each word check the started with the R letter or not. We started with the R, select that. We not started, don't select. Okay, just in the table we have this much data. If we any word started with the J, how many words it will come? How many rows it will come? In the case of last name, how many columns, how many rows started with a J? Check last name. In the last name, first one is Java updated, started with J. Multi-threading, no. Third one is JDBC, yes. Fourth one is Java updated. So totally 4 rows are matched. These 4 will be selected from the database. Just don't confuse. Write this query. This SQL query will generate Hibernate or JPA internally. Just write, execute this. We'll see. Select a star from student where first name or last name like R. Start with R. After that, anything. First name is after that anything. Okay, you can use like operator. See, okay, start take that. Start with J. Take J here. They know all right. So we got 2 rows received. Why only 2 rows? JDBC and Java updated. 2, only 2. Okay. Same query it will generate if you use this method find by first name like or find by last name like. Find by last name. Last name like. Okay. Here also last name like. Just use this same one. Your repository. Find by last name. It will give list of student. Input is string type or like operation. This like expression will give as input string. This is this part. Only this one. Okay. I think only this one will give. Start with right and by last name like operator. Check str l name. Just use this in somewhere in the controller. Write one more controller. Its name is find base like operator. Like example. Is correct. Find like get like. URL name you can take anything. Only query parameter giving input. The service layer. Just write one method. Get or get like example any method name. Only input is last name. Okay, just remove this. Find by last name like last name. Okay, let's check this. We'll see any issues we'll found. We'll resolve those. And this method calls from the controller. Okay. Now run this application and see we'll get output or not. We see some error. Remove this one. This is last name. This path param. So use path param here better. A path variable. Why this is error saying path variable. Start application. We started already. You one more request. Into new request. The empty I'm receiving. Okay, it's not printed. Not. Select last name where like escape. Like escape. Okay, then we have to write maybe this one. Okay. Percentile. Not exception again. Bad request. And check, let me check this again with error or a mistake. Just check what is the mistake. We are doing some wrongs. Entry here, last name, same last name passing. From the last name like okay. Check. Like one. Like correct only, right? Letter, no data. Debug this. Okay. Okay, it is J only, but let me check in Google. Don't know what is the reason. Yes, I'm checking Google 1 second. Like we have to send percentage symbol also, no? Okay. Let's try a different approach. Okay, this like I'll check in sufficient time. I'll debug after this class. I will go for this concept. Okay. So after this DSL languages, we'll discuss some concepts on this in terms of interview questions. Okay. So first of all, we have discussed one simple question while starting Spring Boot only. In every Spring Boot application we created, this automatically comes with one simple class. That class contains a Spring Boot application annotation. Okay, Spring Boot application annotation, right? What is this annotation? This never seen before Spring Boot. So in every interview we'll face this kind of questions. This is major important question. What is Spring Boot application annotation? Anyone have any idea on that? What is Spring Boot application annotation? It is a combination of, so first I will show practically. So click on this Spring Boot application annotation, you can see something. It contains what? Spring Boot configuration, auto configuration, and component scan. Spring Boot configuration is another configuration annotation, simple, nothing much, another configuration annotation. So finally, what can I say? The Spring Boot application annotation is combination of component scan, enable auto configuration, and configuration. This Spring Boot configuration also is configuration annotation only internally, using only configuration. Okay. So the simple answer for that is Spring Boot application is it is a combination of at this copy from here at enable auto configuration plus component scan plus at configuration. You can use this or simply configuration because this at Spring Boot configuration also it is a configuration. In this point of interview question, only this line of answer is not enough. We have to explore something more. What we can tell more on that? Just explain what it is individually. Even if you don't explain, they will ask. Okay, once you tell Spring Boot application annotation is a combination of enable auto configuration, component scan, configuration. Okay, after that again, interviewer asks, what is each one? Can you please explain? What is each one? Now you know configuration, you know component scan. First explain these two things to me. What is component scan annotation? What is component scan annotation?
To scan the items based on the class name.
So this annotation, okay, you are like whatever you are thinking, whatever your answer is correct, but you have to give some more information, more meaningful way. It is a annotation scan our package and subpackages and subpackage and any bins and identify if any bins or classes, don't confuse again, bins, classes contain stereotype annotations okay, those annotations, those classes identified as a, considered as a Spring beans. Okay, consider Spring beans. This information passed to IOC container. Okay, this the functionality of component scan. What is component scan will do? It is a combination of, it is a annotation scan our packages, whatever package in the class, okay, and subpackage also, and identify if any class contain stereotype annotations, those classes considered as Spring beans. Okay, this information, this classes information will pass to the Spring IOC container. Then from here, you can tell extra also. From here, Spring IOC container responsible to manage Spring Beans. Spring Bean life cycle. Okay, this is the component scan. Then what is the configuration? Already cheppina. What is configuration? Spring core lo cheppina.
Register custom beans.
Okay. To register custom beans. Okay, we can tell another way also. Is it correct? To provide custom configuration details to IOC container. Just to provide custom configuration details to IOC container. What is custom configuration? Mostly we have a bean annotations with the methods. Those things only will provide. Next one is enable auto configuration. This also I told what is enable auto configuration. If you want, you can search here. Enable. Okay, I will check. I think already I told enable auto configuration in the starting only. Auto configuration concept. This one. What is this one? So Spring Boot automatically configure or create some objects based on what jar files available in our class path. Okay, example, if you have a JPA, you automatically configure the data source object. Okay, entry manager and RestTemplate and session factory. Do you web automatically configure view resolver, dispatcher servlet, handler mapping, all these things automatically configure. Okay, that is the functionality of auto configuration. Okay, now tell me what is this functionality. Spring Boot check what are all jar files are available class path and based on spring.factories file. This also I told practically spring.factories file. Okay, it will create some objects automatically when application is started. Starting time. Once application started, user ready to use. This is the information about the Spring Boot application annotation. Okay, just read this and tell me anything you are not understanding. This is very, very important question. Okay, in Spring Boot, topmost important question. Just read that. So if it is clear, no questions.
Spring.factories file isn't what is that?
That already is shown in practically, so I'm showing again. So which object Spring Boot automatically create? Okay, here install Spring Boot, think like this. So enable auto configuration component check what are all jar files available in the class path based on spring.factories file configuration or information. Okay. It will automatically create the objects, whenever application starting time. Once application started, user ready to use those objects. Example already we have. I told just go top and copy that. Okay, what are examples? Tell me, instead of copying that, if you use JPA dependency in our class path, what it will be configured automatically? Data source, session factory, session transaction manager, or Jellyfish template. All these things, there are many objects will create. If you use web, what object it will create? Respond.
Dispatcher servlet.
Okay, DS, resolver, handler mapping. There are many objects. Okay, on how it listen. So if you use Spring Boot data JPA dependency in XML file, POM XML file, how it will decide this object has to be created? There is one file. You can check here in the Maven dependencies. Okay, I will show that. There is one file, spring.factories, in some dependencies. Spring Boot auto configure. Here go to DAO. Okay, DAO or JDBC, JPA. Data JDBC. Spring.factories file I see somewhere. Already shown previously. Configure JDBC. Okay, this one maybe. Spring.factories. Just check whenever I'm finding the factories file. It should be available. Okay, batch DAO. Should be in this only auto configure. Clicking Google should be available. Spring.factories. Example file location. Meta Spring.factories. Spring.factories file in class path. Meta Spring.factories. Some that will be available. Okay, second about చెప్పండి spring dot practice file should be available someplace. Spring Boot auto configure. Spring Boot auto configure join up. Okay. Boot auto configure. Okay, sorry, you can see down. Okay, go down. There is meta in the folder. I forgot to cover that. See, this is Spring Boot auto configure jar file. In the jar file, I'm audible, right? Hello.
Audible.
Okay, so in the Spring Boot auto configure jar file, there is a one meta in a folder. In the meta in a folder, there is one file called Spring Boot auto configure. Sorry, Spring Boot factors file. In the Spring Boot factors file, complete information about the auto configuration is mentioned. Okay, see here, initialize you don't understand directly. Go down, somewhere we can see the database related. Data source related. Okay, this is data source related configuration. If you found this kind of configuration for the JDBC also, that will be decided like, okay, this needs to be configured data source auto configuration for the JDB connection. Like this, Spring Boot will decide based on the auto configuration details or Spring factories files. It will be create the objects automatically. Is clear? Is clear now? If the entry not there in the Spring factories file, even the configuration for the Spring Boot database configuration will not do, because even if we add the JPA dependency without knowing that Spring Boot configuration factories file, it cannot understand what object needs to be configured. Okay, what object needs to be configured, it cannot find. That is the reason it will follow two steps. First, it will check a jar files present in our class path, and also it will check Spring.factories file. So Spring.factories file define these objects needs to be configured. Okay, if these objects need to be configured, means it will go and check configure the objects. Okay, fine. This is somewhat important question. Okay, just Spring.factories file not much asked, but I'll ask about enable auto configuration. What is the enable configuration? Enable auto configuration responsible to create the object automatically whenever it found the jar files in the class path, and also that information there in the Spring.factories file. Okay. So what the next question is? I'm going to next question. It is how to disable auto configuration. Even Spring Boot support auto configuration that I know. But I will use Spring Boot for the particular class. I want to disable the auto configuration. Example, if we are using that Spring Boot application with a JPA dependency, what object it will create? It will create this many objects: data source, session factory. But my requirement is session factory, these things will create, okay, but data source I'll create manually. So you don't create. How to tell like that? Okay, if you want to tell for particular class object, don't create object by Spring Boot auto config. Okay, how to tell? We have two approaches. We have two methods, approaches. First one is in the Spring Boot application. I'll copy that. I have the answer. How to disable. Okay, to disable, you can do these things. What is one? In the enable auto configuration annotation, we have to provide exclude property. Data source auto configuration, so that it will not create database connection. Let's try this. Go to our application. Close all. Where is our main method? Here, just to provide this annotation. Okay, this particular data source configuration, exclude that. Remaining things you can do auto configuration. This way we can tell to Spring Boot, don't do the auto config for this particular class. Okay, what is second approach? In the properties file, in main class, add below line. Second approach is in application properties file, just add this Spring.exclude.auto configure. Spring dot exclude dot auto configure. Sorry, here is the publish file. This one exclude the complete name. Not only this simple class name, we have to provide the package name also. So this package name. Any one approach you can follow, not both. Okay, so that the corresponding Spring Boot auto configuration concept, by seeing this tag, it identify, okay, I don't need to configure this data source configuration object. Okay, even if you start this application, it will not work, I think, because without, see, application failed because required auto very true, but object not created. Then meaning of what? You disable that auto configuration, then you have to create your manually your own approach. I did not do that because it will take much time. So if you want to disable your own class configuration, you can do in this way. Okay. This is also fine. Both, okay, any one is fine. You can use anything that's 7 and 8. You see, maybe this is second way you can take. This is the third way. Okay. Finally, these three will follow same functionality. Okay, it's clear about what is the auto configuration, how to disable particular class auto configuration. It's clear how to disable particular class auto configuration. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. No.
We have three approaches to disable the auto configuration of the objects.
Yes.
Okay. First one is in main class, we have to add this anyone line. In application properties file, you can add this exclude property. Okay. So these are like most about Spring Boot features. I think with this Spring Boot features are completed. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Next, I'll go for REST template. This is a part of the REST. What is REST template? How to use? How to REST template? How to use? Okay. Any question before that?
Relationships, did you or do you want to cover tomorrow?
From tomorrow onwards. Relationships, there are 4. Those 4 each will take 1 day, like that. We'll cover next week. Okay. So this is our application. Okay. And this is our banking system. Any simple, don't take banking system. Maybe this is Red Bus. This is HDFC Bank. Okay. Earlier yesterday cover, right? Same thing and discussing here. So our application is communicating to some other application which is built on the different language or same language with the HTTP protocol by using JSON or XML as a mediated language. Up to here, fine. So for this, I developed to show you that how it will communicate, what are different methods by using REST API, how it will do it. I will show that by using the different HTTP methods, get mapping, post mapping, delete, put, patch, all these things I told. That is fine. Whenever someone call our application, we are giving response back. We are producers. Okay, we are producers. What are producers means? We'll take in request and we'll give response back. Okay, from up to now. Okay, up to now, who given request to our application? Example, we developed this many applications Spring Boot, right? Spring Boot REST. So who given request to this application? Who given request to this application? వినట్లేదా? How we call these endpoints up to now?
Right, sir.
Huh? A browser,
sir.
okay. Browser, we can send only get request only. If we want to see the post request, put, delete, patch, Postman tool we use. Postman is a tool to use or to test our applications. Okay, this is only for testing level. In real world, one application will call another application. How I show in the diagram. So Redbus is calling the HDFC. Okay, example, our application is HDFC, Redbus is calling. So we are giving response back. If they want to call, I need to provide this information, my endpoint information. Okay, to do the payment, this is the URL. For this URL, you need to give this input, request param or path param. Okay, these things we have to provide. Then I will give the response back to you. Whether request is valid or invalid, okay, success or failure, that response will be back. What that means, this application is producing data. Will take input and produce the output to the client. These are producers. Okay, and consumers who are calling this application. Up to now, we see that consumers is Postman or browser. To check in real world application, who will call our application? Some other application. We don't have some other application. That's why we use the one simple tool, testing tool, Postman. Okay. So now we'll discuss if some other application wants to call my application, how they will call. How they will call. They will call by using the one class called RestTemplate. Okay. Application, any application wants to communicate some other application, then application 1, application 2. Okay, then first application has to follow. So first application needs to need the information of second application. Okay, to avoid confusion, second application, first application, I am taking the application name 1 or 2 like that. First application is application 1, second application is application 2. Okay, application 1 wants to communicate to application 2. That means application 1 need the data of application 2. Otherwise, how it will call? Okay, if I want to call, sorry, if you want to call this application, this endpoint, you need all those things. What details you want? If you need to call this endpoint, save STD, what details you want? Just tell me by seeing this. Just observe by seeing this. If you want to call this application, what details you want? Participate. Not clear?
Again, please ask question again.
If you want to call this endpoint, what details you will ask me? Why is it breaking?
Whether it is, what is the context path, request parameter values, and whether it is a get method or post method.
Right, correct. First, I'll ask, what is the URL for this application? Endpoint details. That consists of URL, complete taken. URL means complete URI and URL. So what it will contain? IP address, :port, IP address, :port, / application name, / endpoint name. Okay, and input data. What is input data required? Whether it is request body or request param, path variable or something else. Input data. That means what? JSON or path variable or request param. These things I need. What next one is? What is next one is? Request type, HTTP type. The get request or post request. Without knowing this, how can I get? How can I call? Get or post. So next one is what type you are expecting? What type data input? Maybe JSON or XML already told, right? Fine. What type you are returning back? What type data you are returning back? What that mean? So you are taking some data input, either XML or JSON. You are returning back with the same format, or if I give input as XML, you are giving input only XML only. Sorry, if you are taking input as XML, giving back XML only at different one. So here I am taking JSON as input. If I give output as XML, how they understand that? We have to inform to them, right? Otherwise, how they will pass? For the purpose, we have to tell them what is the we are returning back data type. Okay, these things we need to get, then only we can call. Okay, then I got these details somewhere. Okay, somehow provided by client. Okay, I want to call now. How to call? To testing application, I can use the Postman like that. But in the production, should not do this. We have a class. There are multiple classes provided by Spring Boot. No, multiple classes are available. The class, multiple approaches I will take to call one app to another application. Okay, in those mostly popular is RestTemplate. RestTemplate is more popular. Second one is web client. CLIENT. Okay, web client. Third one is we can have Jessie API. Fourth one is we can have the Pen client. This is advanced one in microservices. Pen client. Okay, we can use this many approaches. There are many also. We'll discuss. First one is a REST template. REST template is a class. REST template is a class. It is a class to send request to any application. To send request to any application with required details. Okay, it will support all types of HTTP request. We support all type of HTTP requests, get, post, all these things. Okay, it is a class to send a request to any application with required details, maybe HTTP protocol with using HTTP protocol. Okay, so this will try to use some examples. Okay, we'll call this. So whenever we are calling one application, another application, anyway the sender. Okay, sender we have to create. That means consumer we have to create. The producers we already created. This is the Spring Boot REST DB app is a producer to call one application I'm using the another application. Maybe I'll create new workspace. For that, I'll show parallelly. Spring Boot REST app 1, maybe something I'll take. One side, the producers will run. Another side, consumers will run. You create a project, simple Spring Boot project. Java 8, you know already how to create projects. REST template example project name. Okay, that's fine. I need only web, remaining not required. In the web one, I'll get REST template class. That's why I'm taking only Spring Boot starter web. Okay, it is created. I don't know which version it is selected. It is 10. I'm going to put 10. Okay. Fine. Go to PO maximum file in the producer. This is producer because data is sending back to the client. Someone calling this application, this is giving response. Okay, it is completed. Go to PO XML file. Download is coming Java 17. Why? First I'll change to 2.7. I forgot to select this 2.7.8. Then Java version I'll take 8 1.8. It is 1.8. And I don't need 17. Then I click on the project. Any POM file changes, just better to do with right click on project, may have an update. Okay, now start our application. I'll create simple I need REST template. Maybe first I'll ask REST template. Here REST template we need to ask auto varying, we can create manually. REST template RT is equal to new REST template. You can get manually RT dot. We have multiple methods on that. I'll take simple example. One is get for entity. Get for entity, I'll take exchange methods. Okay, so to give overview on this, so we have multiple methods on the in the REST template. First one is this is common method exchange to send any type of request and get any type of response. Okay, next one is get for entity. Okay, this is for to send get request and return or get HTTP get request and get single class type, any class object, data as response. Okay, like this we have multiple methods. Third one is post for entity. This is purpose is same, but to send only post request. This is post, this is get. Okay, if you want to see more on that, go to this class internally and see what are different methods are there. What are different methods are there? These are many methods. This is not required. Go to REST template in the browser. RestTemplate methods. Okay, we can use get for entity or get for object. First for entity, first for object. Both are same. On put method, you can send patch for method, you can send patch for object. Not much differences. Simple. Based on the request type, you can send. Let's open this API. This API documentation from the Spring. Go to internally. There are multiple methods you can see. Okay, for delete purpose. Okay, exchange method is common. This is to send the any method. See here, exchange method. First is you have provide URL, method type, HTTP method type, and HTTP entity. What is the response it will get on the response type. Okay, this will see examples in the Google directly. Okay, I don't have much practice on that. Let me check. We'll see one example. Get for entity first. We'll see first get for entity. Get for entity. Okay. What is the URL? Copy this complete URL. Only to get particular data. See get all. That is only for particular ID. Particular ID. What is ID? First, I'll remove the changes what I did for auto configuration because the application will fail. Okay, this also. Instead of remove, I'll just put comment better so that you can refer later. Okay, in the auto configuration class added, then this one have to edit comment this one. Okay, this is the comment in the publish file. Now start application. Application started. Go to endpoint. Only get the particular ID. First, you get all. What is written back? Get all. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4. And provide 1. It will get a data particular. Okay. Sorry. Get all /1 or something else. Get by ID. URL get by ID. So I got complete data of ID number 1. This URL I have to give the RestTemplate. Okay, next what is the type it asking? Secondly, response type. Response type is student object. Student object I don't have in this project. Let's copy that. Just copy that. Okay, first I will show by using string.class. Don't know it will work or not. So I'm asking to convert entire response as a string. This entire response as a string to convert. Okay, we'll see it will work or not. Okay. Response entity. Response entity I got whatever returning back response entity. It contains a string object. To get body, you can use the body. And then assign a local variable. Just print that. See it will work or not. Converting student to string is possible. Okay. Now run this application. Exception I got. Localhost. Expector scheme part of index. Okay, maybe HTTP here. Okay, I got data. Okay, ID 1, 2, 3, 4, ID 1 and Spring, last name, first name, age 18. I got issue as it is postman. So I can use some classes, the REST template. This is a consumer class. Consumer class, it will send the request to producer. Producer will take the request and do some processing. The processing may do something, whatever it is internally, and return the data to the consumer. Okay. The data I'm printing here. So instead of printing this red bus, take the response. The response will be used. Either payment success or payment failed based on this response, it will identify. Okay, here I got response as a form of the string. So if I want to get some different format as JSON or like some other student directly object, we can copy that class. Okay, we can tell to this application REST template, instead of getting back as a string, please get back with the okay, where it is. Okay, this is JP not the right, that's why I'm reviewing this here, and one is plain for the class to convert. Okay, Lambok not there, that's why I have to add manually setters and getters. If we have Lambok dependency, then it automatically take care of the generating setters and getters, constructor, all these things. Okay, and I'll generate two string also. Two string, what to generate two string? Source to constructor two string. Okay, select all, fine. I got everything. Now I can ask to my REST template, instead of converting the response into string class, convert to student class. Okay, this contain this one. This is student class. Then print the student. Now run application again, or stop this. I got data. Oh, it is null. It is not converted. Get body. Got data, but response is not converted into student class. Why reason? Reason. Response I got, but not converted. Student response get body. Just check in Google. REST template. Get for the object. Methods, okay. String, okay, fine. String really convert. Okay, fine. We manually convert. I don't know what is the reason. First we'll take as a string only. I'll check what is the reason for that. Okay, I'll take string only. Now I will tell how to convert JSON to object to JSON. Okay, this check work or not. So we can take in separate method class, separate main method. I'll create new class, test class here. Instead of every time using that method, every time using this class, just start server again. I can take simple test class with main method. Just replace this. Now start this. It should be work, I think. Okay, we got data. This body will convert into JSON. Sorry, to object. How to convert? We have a some object neighbor class. Object neighbor, what is the functionality? To convert JSON to object, Java object, or Java object to the JSON manually. We can use the object mapper. Okay, object mapper. It is created object. Then we have some methods on top of that. On top of that, we have some methods. Just create that. Okay, obj dot. This you see the methods here. Parse value something is there. Write value as JSON now. See the methods one by one. Write value. Convert value to this type. I'm giving input as a body. Then I want to convert to the student. Student dot class. Let's check it will create student object or not. Printing convert values student type. It is saying some error. Cannot construct insert of okay student class. Although list one creator exists. No string arguments constructor factory method disalias value ID. No string argument. Oh my god. Check their ID. Public int set to getter no neither. Cannot construct inject.
I think only exchange method can do like that.
No, here exchange okay, REST template. But in the test class, see this. I'm taking a JSON and manually I'm trying to convert by using object mapper. Manually converting string to JSON. And then you only ask how to convert string to JSON manually. String to
Yes, but in that case, you have to return string dot class, isn't it?
string that was written, no? First. Just check in Google. So we'll what is the reason? We'll check simply. Submit up and accept. Check mapper, okay. The solution there. Equal to string. Let me check such examples. Go through that. Java type modular. It's not about time. Here we have to convert language JSON parts. String to JSON. Object mapper. Java. So read value, okay. Method not correct. Here read value. Exception try catch you can use suppose keyword for now. Run this. Again error. Unrecognized field ID. 4 known properties is ID, okay. We got ID, okay. Unrecognized field. No marker is ignored for some properties. Why it is saying unknown? ID, last name, first name, same rate. ID, last name, first name. So we can use JSON property better. JSON property. ID. To tell like what is the JSON key here. ID. It is a okay, last name, first name. Is yes. It is yes. Okay. Try this. Okay, not here. It's in main class. Test class. Okay, it is converted. See the student object is received. So I did manually, but in the case of here, just I'm repeating this. I taken the response as a string. Okay, even though this API returning back as a JSON, I convert into string. The string I printed. Then next step manually I converted the string to the JSON. String to JSON. Okay, but in the SAP was in the REST template, this is not required basically. This is not required. What we can do, we can directly provide student class. So while returning back response to or a REST template, automatically REST template only responsible to convert the JSON to student. That's what we can tell to REST API. Somehow it is not worked. I'm trying again. We'll see it work or not. Okay, just I'm commenting this one because REST API is REST template only converting to student class. Now run this and see that output. If you can see means it will work, else you can go with the normal approach only. So it is converted. What is the issue? We can see that in the student class. In student class, we can see that JSON. Okay, in student class, just I forgot to add a JSON property. What is the meaning of the JSON property? So while receiving the JSON data, okay, this ID here, but the ID is same, but last name, first name is different. A capital L, capital N, but previously it is a, now also it is a last name, L, small l. To tell to maybe REST template, if we found key as a last name, use this variable. we found first name capital F, capital N, then use this variable. Like that, we can tell the mapping, just mapping to JSON keys to our variable names. Okay, it is received the student object. Now, in this case, there is no to again to convert manually because already we received the student object. This is a simple example, and also we can see multiple. Not much familiar, still we can see that exchange methods. Exchange is a very really like a common method. You can send get request, push request, anything you can send. Okay, now to send exchange method, you can see any correct exchange. Okay, exchange is fine. In this, which one is correct? Correct I'm checking. URL HTTP method, HTTP entity not required. Okay, URL HTTP type. Okay, we can use any one on response type. Fine. So what is the URL? Now I want to send the all data. All data means what is the URL? This is the get all method. Get all should delete. This is get by ID. This is get by ID. See now get by ID. See get all. Okay. Get all. Copy this. This URL we have to send to the application from the client. HTTP colon double slash. Then HTTP entity. Just create one class HTTP entity class. I will tell about HTTP entity, not now. HTTP entity. Okay. This HT new HTTP entity object. Okay. They ask me something. Body part. It is not required. We'll provide this here. HT. Okay, then what is the third one? Third one is HTTP method. HTTP method, HTTP entity. So HTTP method, what is that? HTTP method dot get. It is HTTP. It is return type is getting all data. So all means we have to store into list. Start class. Okay. List of actions. We can do list of student also. Things should work. List of student. It's fine, it should work. No problem. We need to remove this one. And here, and the list of students. Okay. Now this action has to print. So this is the all data. List. Okay, run this. We'll see any issues. We'll check in Google. This is the first one. This is the second one. The second one. Second one, just expand this. Status 200. So from the status, we'll do one thing. This is response entity. From here, we'll do the get body. Dot get body. Okay, how I told HTTP request contain header and body part. Response also contain header and body part. Okay, I'm taking from the body part. Okay, this is the output. We got complete data. This is the complete data, but ID number 4 I see, age is 0, full name is null. Is correct? Okay, it is correct. Okay, it is correct. So to give more over on that, so whenever application sending some request to the server, that request contain two parts. What are two parts? First part is header. Okay, the header contains complete URL data. Second part is body part. What body part? Body part contains we are sending any data like what is any data means JSON data, XML data like that. Okay, it will take a request. That request will be processed and it will give response back to the again client. While giving response back, that response also contains two parts, same as like this. Okay, that response also contains same as this, like this. That also contain header part and body part. Whatever, however, we are sending the data in a body part, XML or JSON. Example JSON I'm taking. Same whenever server giving response back to the consumer, that also the response also put into body part. What is response here? Student data. Student data putting into body part as a JSON. Okay, then the data there in the body part, this object will be given back to the as a format of response entity. This is response entity. From here we can get head part, body part. Here our requirement is only body part because body part contain our data, our actual data, so that we can get the body part by calling the response entity dot get body method. So on top of response entity, response entity RE. Okay, what we can call RE dot what we can call get body, get headers. What I told head part, we can get headers and body status code. What is status code? What status code returning back from the application? 200 is okay. Okay, we'll see status code. All places we put okay only. We'll now decide what is correct. Get all. Getting data means only okay is fine. Request is received, response also completed. On posting, create new. Create new means what is the code? Anyone can tell? What is the create new code? Created. Such here anything created. 201. We can use the here created because some data we are created at server side. It is code is 201 internal code. Next one is put mapping. Put mapping update purpose. I think update purpose there is no specific. We can use same created. Okay, we can use same created. We can use here also same created. Or there may be special code for this. I'm not sure. I will have to check. Okay, for update purpose only you can use the created. To go for deleted. Like this we can change. Deleted you can check anything here. For this maybe you can use 301 moved completely. You can use 301. Anything depends on your requirement. You can use anything. But just I'm giving here 301 moved permanently. Okay, temporarily permanently. Okay, fine. This again get mapping. Okay, is fine. For get not much complex here. So that we can get a corresponding code by using the response entity dot get headers code. It will get a whatever data code you are sending from the sender. That is called producer. It will get some response code in the form of int. Code is int, right? Response headers code. Okay, from this again we can call get code. Let me check. Get code. Compare equals assessments equals informational. So it's accepted. Okay, HTTP headers code. We can get something two string like this in this. Not sure what is this two string. Compare, describe, get regional phase. Name, name I think dot this string. Just print this or it will get 200 like this. Just say the last SOP what it will get. Okay, what is okay? Whatever we are sending the response, same response we are getting. Okay, HTTP status is okay, we are sending. Okay, that is fine. This is exchange method. Exchange is most commonly used method to send any request, get request, post request like that. Okay. So want to send some data, you can send through HTTP entity. Okay, that we can check directly. We'll take from the Google the code how to send post request from the REST template. REST template. REST template JSON. Post for entity you can use, or exchange method you can use. HTTP headers. This HTTP entity we can use to send the headers. Okay, this is the approach. Okay, we'll see this our code. I'm sending here. Last line is how to send post request. Okay, here student class. Okay, post request means what? To create new data on server side. How to create new data? First, create student object. Student s equal to new student. Okay, first set the values. Start set employee ID not required, student ID not required. Last name we can set REST template hyphen. Okay, dot first name. Or dot the template dot get set is start anything pending age first. Okay, not required. Okay, this is fine. Now send this data to the postman. Okay, headers not required. These things. This is student. Okay, student yes. Then send the request. What is send request? This is the simple method. We can use exchange method or this also fine. RS dot post per entity. URI I am taking. URI post save std. Okay, HTTP entity and RTSTM. Okay, it will get a student class as a response. Response what it will get? See that here what I'm sending all students. So save. What is save? Save std. It will return what? Response only string, so that we can use the same string here. string string dot class. That result how to check? This is response entity. Response entity contain what? Header and body part. How to get body part? This is result dot how to get body part? Get body. Just print this or save it to another variable. Body. So my body is this one. Now call this request. We'll see it will execute or not. We got status, so data successfully completed or saved. Go database and check. Started as we got new data inserted. Okay. This is about Spring Boot template. So in the same place, we can do RestTemplate also. We'll try that. First, rt dot exchange method you can use. Exchange method URL we already have. Second one, HTTP method is HTTP type get. The dot post type. HTTP entity already we have. HTTP entity for what? Just to provide some headers. Headers will be, we can tell whenever we are discuss about some security concept, we can tell headers. Okay, string dot class, fine. So here I commented this one. So top one is get post entity, below one is only simply we have to mention the type. What is the difference between the line number 45 and 47? In 45, we have to sending a post for entity. This method only tells this is the post request. The exchange method is common. That is why we have to tell to the corresponding type. Okay. Yes, I'm changing here 2 to 4. Run this. Start successfully. Data store. You can say the 7. Okay. Like that, we can send a request and we can get a response. Okay. This is mostly about RestTemplate. Okay. RestTemplate we have mostly used methods are get for entity, post for entity, exchange method is commonly. We also have patch for entity, these things. In rare case we can use, and if you know these things, you can go through the patch for entities, very similar to the get for entity. Okay. So if it is clear, or if you have doubts, ask me. Else tomorrow we'll connect further our actual associations. Spring, JPA or Cybernet associations. Okay, no? So what is InMemory database? When to use InMemory database? So I want to do some practice on the database side. Okay, I want to do some practice on database side. So thing here is I don't want to install database into my system. I don't want to install database into my system or cloud anywhere. Still, I want to do some practice on the database side. Okay, maybe connecting to Spring Boot database, connecting JDBs to database. Okay, for that purpose, we have one in-memory database. It is a temporary database. What is temporary? It will be our data will be deleted. Data will be deleted automatically when applications stop or system restart. When system restart, automatically application restart, right? Application stops. Okay, so data will be deleted when the application stop or system will be restarted. What is the meaning of that? The meaning is we are started application in-memory database. Okay, we are connecting to Spring Boot application to in-memory. We are inserting some data. We have created some data. We created some table instead of data, update data. Whatever things we did, finally it is worked fine. While we are continuing the work, unexpectedly you stopped the application. You stopped the application. What will happen? The complete data will be lost. Complete data will be lost. It will be useful only for to testing purpose. What I mean of testing purpose? I written some code that is like how to connect database, how to insert some data, or how to delete some data. These things, I some piece of code I implemented. I want to test that. To test that, I don't have any inserted, maybe inbuilt database in my system. Okay, I don't want to install the system. Sorry, I don't want to install the database. I don't want to install a database in my system. Still, I want to check my code. How to do that? I can install or I can work with a in-memory database. What are in-memory databases? Example is H2. There are many. Example is H2. It is very popular. Okay. How to work with Spring Boot JPA with H2 database. How to work with that? So just create a project. Okay, I'm closing RestTemplate, not required. Just create project, Spring Boot project. The project name is Spring Boot JPA H2. Okay, remaining all are same. Don't change. Here select JPA web dev tools if required. MySQL not required because I'm not using MySQL database. Lambda if required. Lambda is for to automatically generate status and getters or constructor, zero argument constructor like that. Two string method also. What is required? There is H2 database in memory. This is only stored in memory RAM. Once that application is down, it will be away. There will be away. Now I selected all these things. Lambda, JPA, web, dev tools. Dev tools for auto restart purpose. Okay, maybe dev tools you can remove now. And next, finish. Next, finish. Okay, application is started. So application is created. Spring Boot JPA H2. Now we have to configure H2 database information here. Previously we configured MySQL database. URL, username, password, right? Same thing configure here. I'm taking the properties in Google. Spring Boot H2 example. Okay, we should not require it. This difference already anyway added. Okay. Not much meaningful. Or another one. Spring Boot H2, we have to configure 4 properties: URL, username, password, these things. This is the information. Okay. Just copy this, paste now over properties files. Then see, like here, keys are same. Spring data source or URL, driver class name, username, password. These things are common. Dialect. Okay. This driver class, all this you know, right? Already, not much. This is database name. Database name you can create manually. You can use whatever database you want. Here I'm telling to use test or start text. You see in memory. Okay. When application started, this is the password, username, this is the password. Okay, automatically it will give the username password. And after this configuration, remaining all are same. Okay, all are same. We write some data source installations. Okay, now just take the classes from here. Spring Boot DB REST. The student class. Complete code is same, not much difference. Student repository. Okay, and EMP REST. This is student REST. Okay. Student class, student service, all these things are fine. Okay, this is student REST, not EMP REST. Unfortunately, I given wrong name previously. Up to here fine. I don't want to show all things. Only up to here is fine. Get by ID and save student. Now once application started, we can access that database from the browser. How to access database? We have to use the command line, or we have to use some tools. In terms of maybe MySQL, Oracle, that we tried, but in terms of HTTP database, we have to use a browser. Okay. Now start the application. We'll see it work or not. It is getting failed. Error being created. Okay, for dependency. Cannot load driver. Okay, for this we have to add extra dependency maybe. Just go to here. Okay, this is dependency. Should be load. ORG HTTP database runtime. Okay, we check this one. It is available or not. The XML file. Go to pivot XML file. Here found H2 is found or not. ORG HTTP database H2 is found, but still not loading. Okay. Anything I'm missing. H2. Java class name wrong. ORG Hibernate. Okay, space it is there. Don't use spaces. Okay. Now load again. Console. We started up. Still starting up. So this one. Start application again. Okay, starting. H2 is started. Okay. How to access that H2 URL? How to access database? Previously we used that tool. What is the tool name? What is the tool name we used? So for MySQL, Oracle, we use the one tool, command line prompt or MySQL workbench. Okay. For the InMemory database, we can access to browser directly h2-console. 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 Wait a minute. Last start do. It is not loading. Should be load. Application is down or not? It is loaded. For the port number 8080 correct. Okay. There is no context path also, I think. Context path is nothing. Any context path I added? No. We have to add one property h2-console enabled. Sorry, I forgot that. Just to add this to enable that console h2-console from the browser. Okay, just start the application. This started application. Now go to browser, again reload application. Reload this h2-console. This started. Okay, this is InMemory database. How to log in? I given some username password in the properties file. Take same SA and pass. SA is there. DJ pass. Do test connection. Okay, it is saying that test DB is not there. What is the DB name I given? Start tech. Do test connection again. Wrong username password. Okay, what is the password? Okay. Why is it not correct? Start tech SA pass. Okay. Wrong username and password is changing, but it should be correct. Java has to name start tech. Username is SA space space. This stop the server. Restart again. It is started. Go to browser, reload. Okay, this is database name. Start tech SA. This is a password. PASS. Connect. It will be loaded. Okay. Once you give the username and password, it will load. Then this is our console, our database console. Here we can see how we can do in the database, creating table, all the things. This is a table already created by JPA. How we can see that? Go to the console. Student one should be already created. Then check data. Select a star from, or you can click on this. Run. There is no data. Okay. There is no data. How to insert data from Postman? This is the post API. Okay. Context, application context path nothing. Just remove this. Port number is 8080. Okay. Save STD. Body part I don't do anything. So save this and check. There is error. 8080. Okay. 1/ save STD. Data saved. Go to your InMemory database and check. Again select it, run. You can see the one data. Okay, want to insert another one. It is a ABC XYZ at some day age. Insert. It will be inserted. Again select. You can see the two rows. You want to get API. What is the get one? Go to that. What is that? REST API. REST. To get complete data, get all. Okay, so this HTML not correct. Again, reload application. Okay, it will reload. So it will reload means automatically data will be lost. So we did some mistake. So we stopped the server. That means what? Our InMemory database is gone. There is nothing here. There is nothing. Once we restart application, whatever data we inserted, that we lost definitely, because it is only stored in memory.
Then if you use the div tools, then it will be there.
Dev tools are the same. I think it will be deleted automatically. You can try with that dev tools.
So we manually can't insert data in database, but we can check REST API with this.
No, we can insert. I show that also. Start tech. It is a pass. Connect. This game. Okay, student data. You still already created by JPA. So run. There is no data. Okay, now we want to insert manually, right? Insert into student one. Insert into student one. Values. Tell me one by one values. Maybe.
First time, how the student one is created? Student one data table is how can it?
It is created by JPA directly. I think
Okay.
that SQL log I did not see enabled. It is created JPA. To insert student data values directly. The values are not insert. What is the data age? First one is age, second one is first underscore name, second one is last one is last underscore name. The values are first underscore name is ABC, second underscore name is so first age, right? Age value is 20, XYZ. Okay, semicolon, run selected. This saying ABC, column ABC not found. What is ABC? Single course, not double course, single course. One row inserted. Then select one data came. So we can insert manually, we can delete manually, we can do whatever manually. If you want to work with code, same. Want to insert data, ABCS were already there. Then you can use Rama, Somu, insert, inserted, select. You got two data. Now fetch the data. How to fetch? Use get API. This is get API or the API number. IP port is 8080. By default 8080. I did not change. Okay, get all. So this you get the complete data. So now what you understood? So even if we don't have any database in our local system, we want to work with some temporary database, we can work with this. Okay, what are steps? Yes, I'm repeating here. This is about InMemory database, not much. So after this, in remaining everything is same. You can go, you can insert, update, delete, you can do something else.
So
Fine, right?
Hibernate also we can do Hibernate ORM if we say.
Yes, we can do ORM because this is I'm using the JPA. JPA means internally ORM only.
Oh yeah,
So-
JPA means internally yeah, Hibernate ORM only, yeah.
Okay, how to work with the Spring Boot JPA with H database? First step is create project. Spring Boot project with web. It's not mandatory. We have to select H2 database. H2 important. Okay, H2 with H2 dependency. And second, add below properties in application dot properties file. Okay, what the data? Select this one here. These are all required. Third step is write a code by using JPA or JDBC, whatever, to insert or delete the data, delete queries, whatever. I used here REST API, but you can use anything. Third one is, fourth one important, access H2 database from browser using below link. This is completely based on your context path. If you provide some context path like a H3 app like that, you have to add one more here. Example, H3 app. Okay. If you don't have context path, like this is fine. Provide credentials in browser and connect to H2 database. So here, it's very much clear and this is not much difficult to understand. Simple one. Okay. And to start this server, if I restart this complete data, it will go, right? This complete data, it will be lost. It will be lost. Now, if we want, whenever application startup, whenever this Spring Boot application startup, we need to do something. Automatically, some data should be available here. Some tables, some data automatically. Then we have to write simple one file here. What is the file name? Data.sql. Okay, this is data.sql. Here simply provide your queries here. Whenever application startup, I need some data by ready. Okay, that time you can use this one. So I'll take a simple data.sql somewhere from Google. Data.sql. Okay. Well, I'm taking this one. I'll put into SQL file. Here for name is student1. ID not required. What is the first column name? First name I'm taking. First name. This is simple script. Whenever application is ready, the some data should be available in the database. Last name is, so first name I'm taking ABC. Second name is XYZ. Age is 35. Like this, I want to repeat the at least 3 columns. She is Rama Kumar. It is 20. It is Somu. It is Raju. It is 35 or 25, anything. Now this data should be available. Okay. Now start the application. Start the application. It is started seems. Now go to H2 console. This is H2 console on the browser. It is not up. There is some error, I think, seems. Okay. Error will be disconnected. First path. Okay. Insert into student. Problem in the student one not found in the database empty. Okay, okay. Fine. We'll create student one table. Create. Yeah, create how to take. 1 second. How to take create script. Now start and see that query. Must not be empty. Empty strip which is core. So for now delete this. It is started. It is create student script. Instead of manually creating, I taken from the JP only. Okay. This is the script. Copy this one. Create a new file again. You see, first you have to create a table, then insert a rows. Try this. Already exist. There you go. Create student. If not exist. First underscore not found. It's okay. But what 1 minute? Let me check what is the issue in this. First name not found training. What are the column names? Last underscore name, first underscore name. Okay, it is underscore. 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 Application started. Go to browser, refresh this page. Password is PASS connect. So it is shown one created. Okay. Now select run selected. We see this data. Who inserted this data? These 3 lines. These are 3 from the our data.sql. What is the purpose of this file? Data.sql. If you want to get ready some data in the InMemory database when our application startup. Okay, every time you learn to do again insert queries, delete queries, or create tables. Even if you restart this application, this particular data automatically available when the application startup immediately. What it will do when application stop, right? Anyway, the embedded maybe this is InMemory database is down. We lost complete data. To get back that, we write some scripts here. Okay, not get back, again to reinsert, do create. We can use this script to create a table or insert data. Okay, when application startup, first it will execute the data.sql file. This SQL file have the insert query or what different queries that will be ready. Okay, that will apply on the in-memory database so that our application data is ready. Okay, our application data is ready. Now immediately you can go here and connect. Okay, you can see data. You can see data. Then these are 3 days available. Just go to your any IDE or Postman tool, get data. These 3 days it will get. Okay, so that we can maintain data even application restart, application shutdown. We want to maintain some data. We can do that through the data.sql. Okay, but I think for this definitely this should be available. I'm not sure. Did not check this. This without the property, even if write data.sql, it may not work, may work. Not sure exactly. Just try that. We have time. Without this property, even if you place data.sql, that may not work. Exactly, I'm not sure. Okay, this is about in-memory database. Fine.